Boom, bomb, trip. Yo, look, just a quick reminder, Gene Vest is still here. I got it. One lucky subscriber is getting this. If you want me to sign it, I'll sign it. There's $50. You know what's up. Today, I want to talk to y'all about House of Villains. Everything from the call to when they wanted to speak to me, interested in me being a part of the show. I'm gonna tell you everything. I was looking for this water and didn't even know that it was in here. I hope I don't got that foam. You know, like, you ever talk to some people and then they got that white foam around their mouth? I really hope that foam is not on my mouth. I really, like, I hate it. I don't know, where does it come from? All right, so I remember, okay, so it was around October, November, or September. Yo, one thing with me, I'm horrible when it comes to months and days and stuff like that, years, whatever. Anyway, my manager called me and was like, hey, have you ever heard of this show called House of Villains? And I was like, hell yeah. And my manager, I know she ain't know about it. So when she asked me, I'm like, hold up. I said, what you know about that? She was like, yo, they're asking for you. I was like, what? So I'm like, I'm interested, let's talk. They were like, okay, let's hop on a Zoom call. We hop on a Zoom call. I remember like it was yesterday.
Sorta, kinda.
I was in the gym the day of the call because every time I set up stuff and say, yeah, let's do it, I forget I agree to it and then I'm doing stuff. So they called me, I'm in the gym, I had to leave the gym, hop in my car, I get on the Zoom call with them and we just talking. And I just was, pretty much telling them like, hey, look, I don't know if you're interested in anybody else. I'm pretty sure you are, but honestly, you're not gonna get anybody better than me. If, I'm on this show, I'm letting you know I'm going to be one of the loudest, in a good way, most entertaining people you have on this show. And they were like, oh, we love the confidence. I'm like, yeah, it's confidence, but I'm just letting you know, because I just know how I am in those type of settings. So then they were like, okay, yeah, we're gonna talk to some other people, stuff like that. I was asking them, I'm like, yo, who else is on the show? And they wouldn't tell me. I was like, okay, cool, well, I wanna know who's on the show. And they're like, okay. But then I guess a part of the show is us not knowing who's on the show. So then they hit me 3 months later and they're like, we want Safaree. I'm like, oh. I was very happy, very excited, very grateful. And then they started giving me the rundown. They said, look, you're gonna be living in a house with 9 other people and it's gonna be different. You're not gonna have doors. There's not gonna be much privacy outside of the bathroom. You're not gonna have your phone. And I was like, all right, cool. I looked at it as a detox from the world. And sometimes I like to do that. I like to just get away from everybody and stuff like that. And, just not be a part of everything going on in the world. Sometimes I don't need to know everything. I don't watch the news. I don't know. Anyway, you get my drift. So they, tell me all of that, we negotiate because this is a job and it's entertaining and we get paid to do this. Boom, 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 contract, paperwork, talking, and then they're like, okay, just letting you know, pack for a month. I'm like, ooh, damn, that's a lot. Because, I pack and travel like a baddie.
Well, if you don't...
When February started, I packed the entire month of February. And I said that to myself because I knew I had to leave at the end of February to do this show. So I was like, you know what? At the beginning of February, I'm going to pack every day little by little. And just as I know what I need and all of that, I'm going to do it. And I'm like, all right, that's what I did. By the time it was time to leave, I had 4 huge suitcases. And these weren't the small ones. 4 big suitcases full of clothes, shoes. I got on call with one of the people who I'm like, who I got sponsorship with. And I let them know, hey, this is what I'm doing. You guys want to send me some stuff, send it to me. They sent me 5 huge boxes full of clothes. Big shout out to Fashion Nova. I love y'all, appreciate y'all. Fashion Nova's the GOAT. They booked my first class flight. They booked me in the night before, got in my hotel. The next day, I had to get ready. I was excited, and then they made sure that everyone who was on the show, everyone was at different hotels. No one came across each other, anything like that. I had to bring all my luggage down from that hotel room. Ooh, I remember it was so much luggage. And one of the big things I was complaining about was my haircut. I'm like, yo, I can't live here and not get a haircut. I'm gonna need a haircut. So just let me know how we can figure out, because we weren't allowed to have people in the house and all of this stuff. So I don't know if I was supposed to be my own barber or whatever. But so it's the day, I'm in LA, I fly out there, I'm ready to go, pack all my stuff. We in a parking lot. Well, I'm in a parking lot by myself. They take all my luggage, put it in a truck, and then they're like, okay, this is the vehicle you're gonna be in. You're gonna pull up to the house. And I'm like, all right. And they said, just go with the flow and be yourself. And that's exactly what happened. Pulled up to the crib, I walked in, I saw Teresa and Rich. I didn't know who Teresa was. I mean, I knew who Teresa was, I didn't know who Rich was. It was just one of those moments where I just was like, wow, because Teresa on the house, I was watching Teresa before I was on TV. So when I walked in the house and saw her, I'm like, oh nah, this is gonna be lit. And then when everybody else started coming in, Victoria, Larissa, Peck, West, New York, Candy, Camilla, Vicky, I just was like, wow, who the hell are all these people and what am I about to do for 30 days with them? And I said, you know what? Because I remember when I did the show Scared Famous for VH1, I said to myself, the next time I do a show like this, I'm going to live in the moment and just relish in it and just remind myself, hey, you're doing something you always wanted to do, and that was have a job that doesn't feel like a job. And the whole time in that house, I was on 100. From the minute I walked in, I barely slept. I was excited to just get up and just, give my best every day with just being a loud personality, because, I feel like if you're in the reality TV space and you filming with me, you filming with somebody who knows what they're doing. So you got to be up there. You got to know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? This is a different type of ring. It was just an amazing experience. And then, we went through a lot in that house. At the 2-week mark, the walls started feeling like they were closing in. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, woo. Now I see it's getting hard. It's getting so hard.
What do you mean by that?
Then, fast forward to now, and let me tell you, shooting that show, what was that, 6 months, 7 months ago, and then waiting to watch it now. It was a little torturous because I was very excited about it, because as I was doing the show, I was saying to myself, yo, this is really the most fun I've ever had filming a TV show. With the Love and Hip Hop, there's not as much freedom as, I would like. They pretty much have their scenarios set up how they want it, and then we kind of got to just go through and improv and enhance real situations, I would say. It's just less catty, less violent. And I love that. Like, this House of Villains experience, it was dope. But I see why it's called House of Villains, because after a while, everybody turned into villains. But, fast forward to now and how the show came out, and, episode 1 is amazing. I love how the show is being edited. I love that it's, it's lighthearted, it's funny. And what I'm noticing when I go out is so crazy. I went somewhere the other day and this dude came up to me and he was like, oh my God, are you Safaree Samuels? I was like, yeah. And I swear in my head, I was like, I bet you he knows about me from House of Villains. He was like, oh my God, I just started watching the new House of Villains and I love it. I was like, okay, I appreciate that. And I remember Bobby Lights, because Bobby Lights, he did it. He was on the season 1 of House of Villains, and I remember he said to me, he said, Safaree, when you do House of Villains, it's gonna be a whole new world and different class of people. And I was like, oh, okay, we'll see. And I see what he's talking about. Even today, I went somewhere today, and it was a bit little bullshit, and it was like, it looked like the housewife crowd was there. And them housewife people, they were like, oh my God, are you Safaree? I'm like, yeah. They was like, oh, House of Villains, we love it. Oh, Teresa's our girl. So it's fun. But back to how the show is being edited and Everything is playful and it's fun and it's just funny. I feel like the irony in me having a roommate who is like I don't know how old Rich is, but it being a gay white man who's way older than me, and he's very bold. This guy's nuts, and he was my roommate. I just feel like it was just like a crazy melting pot of people. Being able to work with New York again, that was amazing. And now, Larsa's the big surprise. And let me say something. None of us knew that Larsa was coming. Let me tell you something about these shows. Everything is so top secret. They know how to keep stuff hidden from us. Like I was looking on the E's Instagram and I saw someone leave a comment saying, oh, this show is so scripted. No, the hell it is not. This is a competition show. It can't be scripted. It's not allowed to be scripted legally. And it's dope. It's big boy status, but it's real. There's nothing in this show where we can like say, oh, it's just not, there's not even room for the show to be scripted. It's not that kind of a show. Like, we're living together, sleeping together, waking up together. The competitions, you can't rig it. Like, look at these competitions and us having to break through prison jail cells, Candy and them having to walk on Hollywood Boulevard and get autographs. Like, you can't pick who's gonna win that. So to everyone or anyone who thinks that this show is not real, you're absolutely tripping. This show is 100% real. And it's dope. I'm one of them people, I don't like to take things too serious. So I think being a show like this, it just matches and gels me so perfectly. And I feel like God really be answering my prayers, because even before I got on this, I used to always say, I used to just be like, please God, I want to be on a show where I could like be myself and have fun. And like, even like how I'm here on the YouTube, I'm able to just talk and people are seeing more and more like how I really am. And before I used to be like, I don't give a rat's ass if people think this or if they know how I really am. But now it's fun. It's fun letting people in a little bit and letting them see what's going on and just documenting things as I go. I like it. But right now, episode 3 heading into 4, Larsa's on the show, Larsa Pippen. Larsa, when she got on the show, I knew who Larsa was. I used to always see her, being reported about, but I never met her. She's totally different from what I would have expected. And that's why I feel like it's dope to just meet people and really know what time it is. Just like there's people who meet me and they're like, I would have never thought you were like that. And I'm like, yeah. Like, basing me off of watching me on Love and Hip Hop is just ignorant. Basing me by watching me on social media, that's just ignorant. Yeah, so, the way the show is being edited, these editors, I could tell they're comedians. But let me let y'all know, episode 1, we had the challenge. I was picked to be supervillain, and I'm glad I was the first one because it raised the bar, and me putting everybody up, who I put up, it just created so much havoc. Candy got so mad at me because one thing that I do in the show is you gotta look people in the eye and lie to them. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you what I'm gonna do so you can complain and tell me all of this crap all day. Nah. Oh, nah, you good, don't worry about it. I ain't gonna put you up, then I'm gonna put you up. It just makes for great TV. Being honest on a show called House of Villains, no. No, bueno. I need to learn Spanish. If there's anyone out there who has recommendations for me to like learn Spanish, I'm in Florida now. I need to find a way to learn it. Yeah, and get it cracking, get it going. But that's where we at now. The season started. Make sure if you aren't watching it, make sure you are watching it. The show is incredible. It comes on E at 10 p.m. If you don't have cable or whatever, download the E app and you're able to watch it there. But yeah, it's just a little skim through, talk through, just let y'all know how I got on the show and the timeline of it. But I love it, and I would love to, if they do another one, I'd go back again. Yeah, I doubt though. They probably, nah. Because no one from season 1, yeah. Like, let's say, hey, if they do All-Stars, I think they should do something like that. That would be dope. But yeah, make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all watch it. Hey, also make sure y'all subscribe to my Patreon, Patreon/Safaree. Make sure y'all just, tell a friend, share the channel, have people subscribe, watch it. And yeah, I'm doing giveaways. I like doing giveaways and I like building. I like seeing things grow and I like seeing things show. Sometimes you gotta do it slow or you could give me some more. Sorry, I'm starting to get a little drained. I'm tired. I wanted to rhyme way longer, but my brain won't let me. But anyway, that's the wrap up. House of Villains on E, 10 p.m. Thursdays. Make sure y'all go watch it. All right? Straight!